Hey, it's Dominique, and we're going to talk about my birth story. So, nobody knew I was pregnant. I kept my entire pregnancy a secret all the way to delivery. Um, why I did it? I feel like it's safer that way. Like, nothing against anybody, but Um, and then it was like, being the first time mom, you're like scared and you don't want nobody to like give you no negative energy. Not saying that everybody would, but like I had this one lady who be like, "Oh my God, like my labor, I got ripped up so bad." Like I don't want to know that stuff. Just let me experience it by myself. And yeah. But my pregnancy was rough. Diabetic and I have high blood pressure. I had both of them before I got pregnant. And when I got pregnant, it started off good. And then it started to elevate like badly, my blood pressure wise. So I had preeclampsia, swollen feet. My feet are like cow cheeks, cow butt cheeks. They were humongous, okay? I was always nauseous. The whole pregnancy, I only threw up twice. Yeah, only twice. One was at work, and one was when I was in the hospital. And I was like, yeah, my baby greedy because she ain't throw up nothing. And sorry, I got allergies. But other than that, I was excited like watching my baby bump grow. It was like at first, like my bump grew fast. Like they grew super fast. I went from to I had people that be like, "Yeah, are you sure you're not pregnant?" Or you look pregnant. And I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. But the whole time I was pregnant. And it was a beautiful, besides me being sick and stuff, it was a beautiful experience. And leading up to my surprise birth, I went to no, so I went to my specialist because I had to see like a high risk specialist. I had a doctor's appointment. I went there. My blood pressure was like super high. So she was like, I don't feel comfortable you going home with this blood pressure. If you feel fine right now, you could drive yourself to the hospital. And I'm like, I really don't want to go to the hospital. But I'm like, let me do it for my baby because I don't want nothing to happen to her. So then I drove myself to the hospital, and then they end up like, oh, we have to admit you because your blood pressures are crazy high. And I'm like, ugh. So whatever. So then they admit me, and then they tell me that, oh, we're going to transfer you to our main hospital because they have the NICU and they specialize in high risk and all of that. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I get there and everybody's super nice. They're super calming, welcoming. They understand like you're a first time mom. They're talking me through everything. Don't be nervous. We're here for you. So then so they kept me on a monitor that would check my pressure like every 15, no, every 5. Every 5, then every 10, then every 15, then every hour. So if I had a good blood pressure, and then it increased the timing of them checking it. So I end up staying from being transferred to that hospital. I end up staying there for about 3 weeks. And in there, I was very, very emotional. Like, my face was so big.
It's hard to be.
That it was like I was struggling to keep my eyes open. My feet were big. I had, like, so many IVs to the point, like, I'm bruised. Probably can't see it. but like I'm bruised very badly. And so on September 18th, my pressure was high again, and my face was big, like I'm talking about poof. And my doctor was like, I don't think we should like okay, so I was 29 weeks when I got checked into the hospital. So, ooh, sorry. So my doctor was like, we're gonna keep you here till 34 weeks. And I was like, oh my God. And I can't even have visitors. Like, I was crying every day. So then on September 18th, it was like enough. Like, she was like, they're too high. We gotta get her out of there. And for those of you that don't know, when you're pregnant and you have high blood pressure, also, well, known as preeclampsia, the baby doesn't get oxygen. So it's like they had her on the monitor as well, like from my belly. So like her breathing would go up, down, and then I was like, nah, I think like let's deliver. Not that I told the doctor that, but I was like, whatever, let's do it. And then they gave me a steroids to mature her lungs, which at first I didn't want to do because, steroids, a lot of side effects. But then I was happy that I did it because when she came out, she didn't have to have any like breathing tubes down her, nothing. And I was very happy that I did that. So, yeah, so my doctor was at another hospital, like the first hospital I got transferred from. She was delivering the baby. Then that's when she called in and she was like, call your boyfriend because we're just going to deliver today and we're going to do it as an emergency because the pressure is so high it can dip her oxygen like really low. So at this point I was like, oh my God, like, oh my God. Ah! Okay, calm down. The nurses are here. So then I was like, oh my God, like I was in La La Land because it's like 10 nurses in the room. They're doing IV, this, shaving. Like they're getting me prepped because I'm about to have a C-section. So then the doctor gets there and they immediately like rush me to the C-section area. So my boyfriend, they told him that we're gonna put you in the waiting room. I'll be prep her with the anesthesia and everything, and then we're gonna come grab you. So I went in the room. I was scared because the room looked like a damn morgue. I was like, how long y'all been working here? So they had me to sit up, and then there was a nurse in front of me for support, and they were giving me like the epidural. I was like, I didn't want an epidural. Everything I didn't want was happening, but I was like, as long as my baby's okay, that's all that matters. So, yeah, she numbed the back, and then she put the epidural, and my leg immediately got a sharp pain, and it like jumped on its own. And oh my God, I was like, oh, and the nurse was like, yeah, it's gonna do that. Don't worry, relax. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So then they like, you're gonna feel numb in like 5, 4. And then my body was like, oh, I feel a little weird. I don't like it. So then they had me laid down with my arms up, and they had the little sheet thingy. And I started to get nervous, but I tried to like hold it together. But I was panicking because it was like I was fighting to breathe. So it was like it felt like something was laying on my chest. Like I was stuck under some debris or something. And I looked at the nurse and I was like, I'm dying. And she was like, you're not dying, sweetheart. Your oxygen is at 100%. You're doing well. So then, as far as the C-section, I didn't feel nothing. It just felt like somebody was trying to adjust me like on the bed. It was a lot of like back and forth, like tugging. but it wasn't painful at all. They showed me the baby. Of course, I was like, oh my God, I was crying. And then next thing I know, they kicked my boyfriend out and she was gone. And so they took me to like the recovery room, and then I started itching like all over my body. And I was like, what was happening? And the lady was like, that's normal. When the anesthesia wear off, it's normal for you to start itching like that. And I'm like, I got sensitive skin. I already itch every day. And then I was like extremely thirsty, but I couldn't drink water. And then when I could drink water, I had to drink it extremely slow. And I wanted to devour that water at full speed. And let's see. So after that, they took me back to my room. And they give you like these humongous pads that go all the way up to your back, because you're going to have some bleeding afterwards. And, you just got to stay off your feet. You got to rest. You got to heal. And that's when my boyfriend comes into play, because that man is amazing. Like, I didn't lift a finger after birth. And I even tried to like sneak out of the bed so I could like not bother him, and he would always catch me. You know what? I'm gonna save that for part 2 of afterbirth. But anyway, our baby girl is here. She's doing so good, and she's so beautiful. I'm sorry, I look like a little tired because I be trying to keep my breast milk pump milking schedule, and I don't get it. Like, they be like, you gotta rest, but you also have to get up every 3 hours for pumping. And then don't forget, you gotta get up every 4 hours to take your medicine. Don't forget. Well, all right. Bye. Like, subscribe, share. Do your dollar. Snapper out of here.
All right, and look at this. Girl, how you get sparkles in a bag?